On this week's show, Peloton Strength Plus app launches, plus a competitor calls them out.
Plus, Peloton promotes their standby process at studio. Members are celebrated at showrooms and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, Amanda Siegel and John Pruitt.
Welcome to episode 204 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I'm Amanda Siegel, and we are back. I am here with John Pruitt after a 2-week hiatus. How are you, John?
Good. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we let you folks down for the last 2 weeks. Well, the Thanksgiving holiday was expected. And then last week, as most of you know, I was traveling. I was in London, and Chris was traveling, and we just couldn't kind of get a show together. So apologies to those of you that enjoy having us every week in your ear. Or on your screens, but we're back, and we're kind of, getting to that end of year goodness of all the fun things that are happening, at Peloton and with Peloton, and we have so much to share. But all good with you, John?
Yeah, had a really nice Thanksgiving with my mom in town, and just.
That's always nice. Yeah, that's fabulous.
No
I have to say,
yeah, we had a nice time.
Me too.
Jackie had a birthday. We went and saw Les Miserables at Broadway
fantastic.
in Detroit.
Yeah.
And, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, well, us too. Thanksgiving was really, really nice. And then a quick long weekend in London, which was fantastic. I've never been there Christmas time. So being there over Christmas was definitely different, very crowded, but the lights were beautiful. It's just so festive and such a, I kind of chuckled. I said, the Jew that goes to London for Christmas and laps it all up. I was in my element. It's just such a beautiful time of year. You got to make it beautiful. You can either be grumpy and the Grinch, or you can just embrace the joy of what the holiday time, holidays bring. Of course, there were studio appearances with 3 fabulous days at the studio. So one of them, of course, is my pick of the week. But got to do the holiday walk with John. Got to do a stack on Saturday morning, and then a fabulous pop ride with Leanne on Sunday. So got to see all my peeps, and I say it time and time again, we're so fortunate. I am so fortunate to be able to have the opportunity to be able to get to both New York and London, and they're so lovely in the London studio. They really are. Not to say that they're not in New York, but it's a more intimate, it's definitely, you've been, it's definitely a more intimate environment.
Chiller vibe,
intimate.
It's not as crazy.
Yeah, the only criticism that I have is just the lack of ability to be able to do more than one instructor. There's very few classes, and they're all at the same time. So Friday night, the classes at the same time. Saturday, there are only really 3 slots within the day that you can do classes, kind of that early morning, lunchtime, and then afternoon. And Sunday's the same thing. And Sunday, I was so desperate to do Jocelyn's hike. She had a hike, but it was at the same time as Leanne's, and we had a takeover of Leanne. So I had to be there. I wanted to be there.
Sacrifice.
But it's a sacrifice, but still a wonderful, wonderful time, and got to do some fun things. So to those of you that I got to meet in the studio and were just so lovely, thank you so much for making the weekend so fun. And all right, folks. Well, before we get started with the news, we always do like to remind you how you can keep up to date with all of our content across all of our platforms. Every episode is released on our YouTube channel. So just hit the subscribe button at the bottom right-hand side of the video and hit the notify button so that you never miss an episode.
Yep. And we're also on all traditional podcast platforms. If you want to listen to us on the go, just find us under Pelo Buddy TV and like and subscribe and give us those good reviews.
Absolutely. And of course, all social media platforms too. So Facebook, Instagram, X, just search for Pelo Buddy and follow us on those platforms for all of the latest news. And now, John, let's get on with the show.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
All right. Well, first up, Peloton Strength Plus app is now available for everyone. It's free for current Peloton members, but there's a cost if you're completely new to Peloton, you're signing up for that for the first time. But it syncs to the main feed. So it's currently a couple caveats. So it's currently only available in the US, and it's only available for iOS and Apple devices. So iPhone, iPad, and or Apple Watch. There's no word yet on timing for releases in other countries or Android at this time. But it is, as a reminder, it's a separate app. So it's in the App Store. You have to you look for Peloton Strength Plus app, and it's got a distinguished, logo that's different from what you would normally see for the regular Peloton
Kind of looks
app.
like a fire, right? It kind of looks a little fiery.
It's a little red in it, I think.
Yeah, red and orange and yellow. Yeah.
So as I said, if you're not a current Peloton member and you're signing up for the Strength Plus app, that's your first subscription, it's $9.99 a month. However, Peloton's offering an introductory offer of $1 a month for the first 6 months. So keep that in mind if you want to jump into the Strength Plus app and you're not a current Peloton member.
Yeah. Have you downloaded it yet? Did you take a look at it?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I know I should.
You should.
Because I keep reading about people doing different workouts, and I'm getting into strength more. So it's inevitable that I will.
Yeah, I did download it. I haven't done a workout yet just because I was traveling. But I'm looking forward to kind of getting I've also been doing a lot more strength. So hopefully that will entice me to certainly when I'm also down in Miami and I'm using the gym down there, where they have a lot more of the equipment that I can use. So
I guess I haven't downloaded it just because when I work, I usually don't work out on the app.
Got it.
It's always on one of the hardware.
You're on one of your hardware devices.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So interestingly, following the release of the Strength Plus app, a fitness competitor called Ladder launched a humorous campaign suggesting Peloton's app was heavily inspired by their platform. So Ladder's flattered web page and accompanying Mac versus PC style videos humorously compared the two apps, highlighting similarities in UI UX design, features, and approach to strength training. They also claimed data that was showing Peloton employees' frequent usage of the Ladder app during Strength Plus development. Some of the other key points from Ladder's campaign was that Ladder alleged that Peloton employees logged over 1,500 sessions in the Ladder app since January. Their campaign ended with some playful rivalry, whereby Ladder's content ends with, "Welcome to the arena, Peloton." The campaign underscores the competitive nature of the fitness tech industry, with both brands just vying for dominance in the strength training space. But I guess we will wait and see who ultimately comes out on top. So I don't think there was any lawsuit or anything like that, just this call out from Ladder that, Peloton copied them.
Yeah, I watched them. I mean, in terms of they were just kind of cheeky.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny how the person who represented Peloton, he had a shirt that said Peloton, but they did this very obvious, terrible job of trying to censor it, to blur it. But it so obviously said Peloton.
Interesting.
But it's funny, most of the comments range from like, what's Ladder? Like, never even heard of you.
Right.
And I think Ladder is the workout app where kind of anybody, if you're an instructor, you can be on the platform. Or isn't that the platform that the app that Daniel McKenna's on?
You know what? I did not look into that. And I'm
I
not
thought
sure.
it was Ladder, but maybe it's another workout app, but that's where he puts his
workouts.
You can work out with him on that app.
Interesting.
And it's for, fitness instructors. It's like a collective app for, various instructors.
Got it. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit more. I must be honest, I didn't do the research. I should have since I was doing the story, but I hadn't really heard about them.
If that's the app, I can't remember, but I know he's on one of those fitness apps.
Got it.
But yeah, they were kind of corny.
Too funny.
But okay. Thanks for the free press.
Right, exactly. Now all the Ladder members will run over to Peloton.
Is quaking. I'm sure they're shaking in their boots right now.
Exactly.
It wasn't as bad as when, I love when Soul Cycle, they called out Peloton after Mr. Big and what was that show? The Sex and the City.
Sex and the City follow-up, yeah.
And just like that. The show when he dies after he has a heart attack after doing the Peloton class on this Bike Plus.
And even that was good advertising for Peloton.
Yeah. Not for the stock, but
not for the stock.
Anyway.
All right, moving on.
Well, Peloton has officially started promoting their walk-up or standby process for taking Peloton classes in person at Peloton Studios, New York and London. So they provided some clarity on how members can secure a spot even without an advanced booking online. So the official standby/walk-up process at first rolled out this past summer. And at the time, Peloton did not promote it themselves. They had instructors sharing the news via social media to get the word out. And then this recent social media post that they just made on the Peloton Studios Instagram page is the first of them officially spreading the word about it. So to give you some background, the standby system allows members to show up at PSNY or at the London studio on the day of a class in hopes of filling a no-show spot, which does happen from time to time. And this offers more flexibility to members who may not have, secured a spot online, but still want some chance of getting into a live class with members. So as they explained in the video this past week, it features Alex Karwoski. Members should follow the below steps to take advantage of the standby process. So they check in on site at either studio. You add your name, you join the standby list with the studio team, you wait for availability. If a spot opens up, they'll be offered on the wait list order, followed by the standby list. So Peloton also states in the video you can get on multiple standby lists per day, so you can try for multiple classes this way. And they also did confirm that priority will be given to members who are already on the wait list for a class. So standby comes basically last in the pecking order of chances. So this is if they've already filled up all the wait list, or if there's no wait list spots currently in place, then they go to the standby.
Got it.
Folk.
Got it.
So if a spot becomes available, waitlisted members will be called before anyone who signed up for a standby. So just adds up there.
Yeah. I was surprised they put so much effort into promoting it, because it is really the bottom of the kind of the ladder, excuse the expression. Yeah. But for somebody to be able to get in, but they did, they did do this whole social media blitz on it.
I feel like that's their biggest pet peeve at the studio, is having empty, unused spots, bikes or treads.
Yeah.
So this is just a way to make sure that they can get them all filled. Because I feel like Friday night gets a lot of dropouts or no shows.
And the minute the weather gets bad, I think that's also the problem. The weather gets bad, and folks can't make it in and that type of thing, and they haven't been able to cancel, so they don't really know who's coming and who's not. Yeah. All right. Well, just another opportunity for those that are in New York or in London to have an opportunity to get into a class, which is always fun.
Yep.
Well, this is kind of fun. So to close out its November member month of 2024 and the celebrations that Peloton were, kind of celebrating members, Peloton actually recognized individual members' achievements by displaying personalized banners in select showrooms. So these custom banners featuring leaderboard names and notable accomplishments separated the diversity and dedication within the Peloton community. So, for example, we had down in Atlanta, one banner for member Bring On the Heavies. We had his was highlighted for the completion of over 465 strength classes, calling it superhero training. In South Lake, Texas, Empire Passion, or I Am the Hustle, Ben Shabahang, who is a big one on the platform. He was kind of featured with cheers to Ben for biking 5,939 miles this year, and it was kind of cool. It was. These banners were on the outside windows of the different showrooms. So you had to kind of be in a city where there was a showroom. And as we know, those have been reduced significantly. But
it was a really full-size window banner, too.
It
took up the entire
window.
Glass pane.
Yeah. So, I mean, it did create a memorable and tangible acknowledgement of the members' efforts, which is fantastic. So basically, it was in Canada and the US, and it added a personal touch, to the Peloton, celebrations that were going on, and just fun for folks to be able to put that on their social media and enjoy the accolade of being a contributor to the leaderboard. So just a fun way of them doing that. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Now, do they let the member take home the banner, or is the banner, can they swap out the name and replace it?
No, so the banner was actually a really big, it was kind of like one of those picture things from top to bottom. I don't know at the end of it whether they'd be able to do that. But I know my friend Cheryl Petty, who's down in Atlanta as well, was also one that was acknowledged. Mm-hmm. And Cheryl had actually reached out to me and said, I got an email from Peloton asking whether they can use my leaderboard name and possibly a picture of myself. Like, what do you think it is? And this was back in maybe the end of the summer, like September, October, maybe September. Uh-huh. And they had to sign a release saying that they approve for somebody to be able to do that. And I guess the showroom, I really think it had to do with who was active within the showrooms. So if you go into your showroom a lot, if you do stuff with the showroom, for example, Cheryl is very involved. She's part of the Atlanta community Facebook page. She admins that Facebook page. So she's really involved. But I believe they gave maybe 10 names, and the showroom did not know who Peloton were going to pick. So Atlanta is a good example. For example, I know that Chris's name was given in there. Jamie Brooks, Pedal to Paris, was given in there. Jenny from the A, Jenny was in there. So Atlanta have a very,
pretty active members of that showroom.
Exactly. Yeah. And those were the two that were picked. So yeah, I mean, just something fun and as you say, a way to just kind of embrace the hard work that people have done through the year, which is really cool.
I like it. Well, Peloton servers, I mean, we're covering this a little bit after the fact, but on Thanksgiving Day for the special turkey burn classes that were held, Peloton servers stayed online this year. There was no major glitches or downtime like we experienced in 2023 during the turkey bird ride. But we had more than 33,000 people taking the class together, specifically Robin's turkey burn ride, compared to the prior year, which had more people riding, maybe like 400. I was looking at the breakdown. I guess last year was kind of the peak for having the most people on those classes. But yeah, no major issues that I saw, and I didn't experience any issues on the run or the ride myself.
The run was fantastic. I did do the run with Alex, and then
the run was great. I do really miss Alex though teaching the ride on Thanksgiving though, because it's just different on the tread. It's just sort of a different vibe, and I guess he can't be as he's got to he's got to be running, so obviously he's not talking as much as he would maybe on the bike. It's just different. But the ride was great.
Ride was great.
The ride was fantastic as well. I thought it was funny that Robin at one point, she mentioned how they had all the issues the prior year and how it kept her up for months. She said it kept her up for months.
Right. Well, I'm really happy that they weren't any issues, because I think, and I'm sure maybe that's why some people didn't join, just because they were, anxious about getting that workout in, and then they're sitting there with a spinning wheel, so that could be a reason why some folks maybe didn't join. I mean, I guess they never had Guinness Book of Records there this year. It was maybe a little embarrassing last year when they they ended up crashing, but definitely a fun way to bring the community together on Thanksgiving morning, certainly for those folks living in the US. So it is great, and I hope that they continue doing that. And I love the fact that they expanded it into, I did do the strength class, which was fantastic.
The feast. Yeah, the strength feast.
The feast was, it was hard as AF, but it was really great. So I like that they've kind of extended it now to that meditation the day before with Chelsea, and the feast with, the additional instructors. So there was lots for folks to be able to participate and do, which was awesome. Well, this one was fun. Peloton launched a new Wicked the Movie artist series last week on December the 5th, featuring the iconic songs from the hit movie adaptation of the Broadway musical. So the series included 6 classes across 5 modalities in English and German, with members earning a special Wicked badge. The classes included a 30-minute walk plus run with Robin. That one actually dropped on demand. So that dropped on demand on December 5th, and that was an outdoor audio. We then had Aditi Shah, who had a live 30-minute yoga flow, while Maddie Majacomo and Olivia Amata had a 30-minute 2-for-1 run, with Maddie as your Elphaba and Olivia as your Glinda. Which was very cute. It did definitely show you just how tall Maddie is and just how teeny tiny Olivia is, having them next to each other on the tread. Ash Pryor had a 30-minute row. And then across the pond, in the UK, on Friday, December the 6th, members were able to join Sam Yo for a 30-minute ride, which was live in studio, which I was there for, but had signed up for John's holiday class. But one of my girlfriends that I was traveling with did it and said it was so much fun. And Sam was just on top form and dressed up in a Wicked t-shirt and his green glasses, and was really so much fun. And then a German class dropped a 30-minute ride with Mila Lazar, which was, as I said, in German. So this was Peloton's second time celebrating Wicked. The first was back in 2021, which was part of their Broadway artist series. So it was kind of nice that they featured the movie, and the movies had just so much hype and so much attention that it would have been missed if something had not been done. So that was so much fun. Oh yes, twice.
Same.
I loved it. Absolutely loved
it. And Jackie got Jackson on the bike. They did the Wicked ride with Sam Yo together.
Oh, how sweet. That's week. So fab.
And they both loved it.
Loved it. That's so cool. Very cool.
All right. Well, staying on the topic of artist series, the Backstreet Boys are back for another Peloton featured artist series. This one kicked off this past Thursday, December 12th, and it included 8 classes across a total of 7 modalities. Classes were offered in English and German. Majority of them did occur live. So the first one, Ben Aldis, had a 10-minute Backstreet Boys holiday stretch that dropped as a premiere. There was a live 30-minute yoga flow with Nico in German. We got a 30-minute Backstreet Boys full body strength with Callie that dropped as a premiere. A 30-minute ride with Cody at the evening time slot on Thursday the 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then at the same time, over in the Tread studio, Rebecca Kennedy did a 30-minute walk plus run. And then Alex, at the same time in the row studio on the evening, December 12th, he did a 30-minute row. Eric Yeager on the 13th, he had a 30-minute Backstreet Boys ride that took place live. It was in German. And then rounding it out, Marcel Maurer taught a 30-minute run on the tread, which was also in German. But I think my top, not my favorite, but maybe second favorite ride of all time is probably Cody's 30-minute Backstreet Boys ride from, I think it was May of 2019, but that's the class I've probably taken the most.
They purged it, right?
No,
is
no,
it still on
it's
there?
still
Oh,
there.
it is still on there. Okay.
I think it's his oldest class on the library. If you go all the way back, that's the oldest one that's still available.
Got it.
But a fantastic ride. So I'm curious to see, what songs, what sort of narration. I'm curious to see if he reviews that previous ride to kind of, use some of those talking points, because he had a lot of fun things that he likes to mention, including like Kevin is the hottest Backstreet Boy. He's very adamant about the Kevin guy being the hottest member.
That's too funny. So, that's a fun artist series.
I normally don't work out that late, but I couldn't resist doing it live on Thursday. I didn't want to wait until Friday and have the FOMO of people talking about it before then.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, Callie Gullickson's been busy. Her popular Soundtrack Strength Club series has relaunched this past Saturday, December the 7th, with a holiday-themed class. Actually, sorry, it was last week, December the 7th. My apologies. I'm so confused now with the dates and us coming back and having missed 2 weeks. But that was launched back on December the 7th, and that was with a holiday-themed class. The signature series, which features full-body strength classes, is set to movie soundtracks previously showcased the music from films like The Parent Trap, Mean Girls, and The Princess Diaries. Peloton did go ahead and release the schedule for 6 upcoming Soundtrack Strength Club classes through May of 2025. So the good news is we know that Callie's going to be around for some time. We also can have some insight into when Callie will be in New York. As we have shared with you over the last couple months, her schedule has changed. She's been given the ability to live in Florida and come up to New York once a month. So now we will have an idea. So those folks that like working out with her live will at least know when she'll be in the city teaching live. So these dates include January the 18th, February the 8th, and March the 21st. And those will be Peloton Studio members in live. So, as I mentioned, I just want to kind of go through this. So January the 18th is a 2:30 p.m. class. February the 8th will be a 10 a.m. class. And March the 21st is a 12 p.m. There will also be 2 classes that are scheduled to drop on demand, and that will be April the 1st and May the 1st. So this series is housed in a dedicated Soundtrack Strength Club collection on Peloton's platform. So if you're looking for those, you can go directly to the collections to find them.
Cool. Well, Emma Lovewell is poised to make her official return to the studio by Friday, January 5th. Emma has been on maternity leave since this past August, where she welcomed her first child, daughter Skylar, back in August of 2024, after announcing the pregnancy in February of 2024. So a new live class is now listed on the studio booking site for 2 p.m. Eastern on January 5th, signaling her reappearance on the live schedule. It's a 30-minute cycling class. And while this marks her return to the studio with members, it's very possible she could be teaching non-member classes before January 5th. That's just, we know for sure that date she's back. It could be sooner, obviously, if she's in the studio without members. So
yeah, it's been a long time off for her.
I know. I'm just kind of completely in Callie, I kind of have forgotten about because of her
she was off for so
schedule.
long. Yeah, and she was off for so long too before her son, when her son was born. So nice to have him back.
Yep. And then moving over to some Jess Sims news. Jess Sims shared some exciting news during her recent bike boot camp the other day that she is currently recording a new split strength program. She made the mention during her 45-minute bike boot camp from November 26th. And this will mark Jess's first split strength program and moreover her first solo official Peloton program. She has taught 2 floor boot camp programs which mix strength and mat-based HIIT cardio. That was alongside Selena, if you remember, but has yet to release her own official strength training program on the Peloton platform. So she didn't specify whether her new program will be a traditional split strength or one of the newer split plus strength programs Peloton has launched recently last month. The split plus programs are technically boot camp style classes that incorporate strength training alongside cardio sessions like running, cycling, or rowing, offering more of a hybrid workout experience. But the new program is reportedly tentatively scheduled for release in January, though Peloton timelines are always subject to change.
Nice. Awesome. All right. Well, if you listen to the show regularly, it is no surprise that I love meditation and talk about meditation as a vital part of my Peloton journey and what I do, and was really, really excited for this next one. So Peloton has introduced now a new daily meditation series, which is aimed at fostering mindfulness as part of a consistent weekly routine. So every Monday, a 10-minute meditation class is released. It's designed, though, to be revisited daily. So these are audio-only sessions. They do not have anybody in them. It is just the instructor and the meditation. And they're being led by different instructors each week. They're tailored to help members establish a sustainable meditation practice. So for those folks that just really haven't dabbled in meditation or haven't really wanted to explore what it was all about, it's just kind of a nice way to be introduced into it. There is part of the platform an opportunity to kind of delve into meditation a little bit more deeply, but this at least gives you a simple way. It's 10 minutes, it's quick and easy, and I have to say, it's actually been really awesome. So the first class was led by Aditi. It was launched back on December the 2nd, and that focused on breathing techniques to just ground one and to center oneself. Members are encouraged to repeat the session, as I said, throughout the week and incorporate it into their existing schedules. This past Monday, December the 9th, Kira Michelle dropped her daily meditation. The classes do count towards Peloton Streak, to the New Year Challenge and monthly meditation challenges as well. And it just really provides opportunities to earn badges while supporting recovery and mindfulness as well. Yeah. So, just a way to kind of become more accustomed and more used to it. I still continue doing other meditations throughout the day. I use the meditation platform a lot. And then, of course, don't go to sleep without a sleep meditation at night. But this new effort that they've put out there is really a nice way for those folks that aren't used to meditating to get meditating. So do it. Ground yourselves.
Well, Peloton has introduced the Total Active Time widget to its hardware devices, including the bike, tread, and row. And this feature, which displays workout time across all workout types and hardware, it enhances members' ability to track their fitness progress directly on their devices. The widget was previously unveiled after years of requests from members with a slow rollout to the Peloton app a couple of months ago. But as of this week, it's also available to all app users in tandem with its hardware launch. So the Total Active Time widget, it's located on the Profile Overview tab on hardware devices and directly below the blue dot calendar and above the previously introduced Total Distance widget. So key features include workout time across all devices, consolidates your total active time from all workout types and hardware. So whether you're viewing it on a bike, a tread, row, or the app. And then it's got some flexible time frames. Members can toggle between week, month, year, or all-time views. And note that regardless of which hardware device you're using to view the widget, it displays a comprehensive overview of the total workout time. So it covers all the modalities and workout types in that total.
I had a lot of fun looking. It really was. And I had a lot of fun looking at those widgets. Of course, for me, it was all about meditation, which was so interesting. That is definitely, and remember, I was kind of off the platform working out whilst I was, recovering from my neck injury. But it was very interesting to see that. And I liked the way, how it does break it up by week, month, year, and then, all. Clearly the bike was what got me started on this platform. And, I think I've done 3,000 hours on the bike. But it was fun to get to see that. So definitely take a look at that, folks, because I think it's a nice way of just kind of, we all that do work out regularly like that ability to be able to see what we're doing.
We love our metrics.
Yep, we love our metrics. All right. Well, as we are leading up to holiday season and holiday time, Peloton continues to offer us sales and opportunities to clear out their inventory before the end of the year. So on the heels of the Black Friday sales that Peloton had, they do have their holiday sale, which was launched this month. They are offering discounts on hardware like bikes, bike pluses, treads, and guides. The deals are definitely less steep than Black Friday's discounts, but they are still significant. The sales will run through December 25th, so Christmas Day, with potential extensions or transitions into New Year's promotions. So some of the key offers, if you are still interested in knowing what's out there and if you don't have a piece of hardware for what you could purchase, the bikes have an up to $200 off the original bike packages, $100 off the original bike with 3 months of all access membership. There's $300 off a refurbished bike, and Bike Plus packages are discounted by up to $500. If you're looking at a tread, there's $200 off the device alone, $350 off accessory packages. And if you want to splurge and get the Tread Plus, they're offering $450 off the device and $550 off the accessory packages with a free month of all access membership. As far as the Peloton Row and Guide go, the Row includes 2 months of free all access membership, but no direct discounts. So you'll get the free access, but you don't get a discount. And then the Guide is $50 off, pricing it at $45. So for more purchase details, you can certainly visit Peloton's official deals page, which really does break everything out for you guys. And then, of course, the apparel is still very much discounted. So last I checked, we were back down to 40% off. So there is definitely some good deals to be had as far as apparel and gifts go.
I definitely have my eye on this. I love the long sleeve shirts with hoods.
Yes.
And there's I think it's a License to Train hoodie for men, but it's way too expensive. It's still like $140.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
I guess
crazy.
that one wasn't part of the sale. So
is it a Lululemon one or no?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are just so pricey.
I noticed there's also a men's like a cashmere. I can't remember if it's like a pullover, but it's a high ticket item.
Oh, really?
But it's cashmere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's fancy stuff.
So keep watching.
Well, as the new year approaches, Peloton has released its predictions for the top fitness trends of 2025, highlighting areas where the brand anticipates growth and innovation. So first, Peloton maintains that the sport of running had a banner year in 2024. There was record-breaking participation at major events like the TCS New York City Marathon, which saw over 55,000 finishers, and the BMW Berlin Marathon, which welcomed 54,000 participants. And with Sydney, Australia, joining the Abbott World Marathon Majors, enthusiasm for running continues to spread globally. And then in 2025, Peloton expects this growth to accelerate further, driven by innovations in training tools and personalized programs. Peloton points to their pace target classes on the Tread and Tread Plus, which allow runners to match instructor cues to their own pace. And then Peloton recently expanded these classes to the digital app as well, giving folks access. And community is also playing a vital role in the running surge. Peloton instructor Eric Yeager notes that run clubs, which Peloton has been hosting from London monthly, has seen increased participation. And then they also mentioned the form feedback feature on the Peloton guide, delivering real-time movement corrections in strength classes, enhancing confidence and techniques. And meanwhile, the standalone Strength Plus app, which just launched, offers customizable programs based on workout duration, experience level, and fitness goals. Brent Tworetsky, Peloton's SVP of product, sees AI becoming even more effective through improved pattern recognition, he says, and expanded data sources. However, he does stress that human connection remains essential. And finally, Peloton notes that strength training is their second most popular modality, and its influence is only growing. And the emphasis is shifting from general fitness to goal-oriented, well-structured programs. And Peloton will continue to focus on this content in 2025.
I like that. That's awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, if you are, one of those that just need that extra little bit of motivation, Peloton did launch the Streak to the New Year Flash Challenge for December of 2024. So some of us get waylaid in just, gearing up for Christmas and don't focus as much on one's health and fitness. But they have encouraged members to really just maintain a daily workout streak throughout the month. And you don't have to be running, 10 miles. You can just go ahead and do a 10-minute meditation to earn that that blue dot for the day, which will then entitle you to a badge on the number of days that you work out. So you get a bronze badge if you work out 10 times in the month. You'll get a silver badge if you work out 20 times. And if you work out all 31 and work out again, gives you the ability to do a meditation or take a yoga class or, do a 10-minute core class. You'll get a gold badge for those 31 days. So really just a way to, keep the spirit up, get on that platform, do something that makes you feel like you are participating, through the month of December that can become just so hectic with the holidays and, with what everyone's doing. And it's just a motivating and driving way of, keeping the members connected, which is really cool.
Keeping them engaged.
Yeah.
Well, we got some birthdays. So while we were off, we have a happy belated birthday to Tunde, whose birthday was on December 5th, and Jen Sherman, who had her birthday on December 1st. And then this past Thursday, the 12th, it was Marcel Mauer's birthday. So happy birthday, y'all.
Happy birthday. Yeah, fun. All right. Well, I guess, John, we are going to go right into Instructor in the News. And why don't you go ahead and kick it off?
All right. So Peloton was featured. This is kind of cool. Peloton was featured in a segment on Fox's Big Noon Kickoff. I guess it was 2 weeks ago, actually, because it was Thanksgiving weekend, which is when the Michigan-Ohio State game occurs on Saturday. But they were featured in a segment on Fox's Big Noon Kickoff to help pick the winner of the University of Michigan versus Ohio State football game. So the segment featured Alex Toussaint as kind of the referee, and former college athlete Alex Karwoski and Ash Pryor, who Ash Pryor was on the rowing team at Ohio State, incidentally, at PSNY. And so Alex and Ash were set up side by side on bikes on the stage. And they basically had this little contest. It went head to head with the resistance set to 50 for 25 seconds to see who could generate the higher total output. So Alex was representing U of M, and Ash was obviously representing Ohio State. So then Alex was like the master of ceremonies, and then I guess it was mainly employees. I'm not sure if there was members, but they were all sort of on bikes cheering them on for that 25 seconds. Alex did win, incidentally, by a good margin, I would say. I can't remember what the total output was for 25 seconds. But yeah, the studio was rearranged from the regular setup. Like the closest audience bikes were removed. So there was just one large ring of bikes set up towards the back of the room. But people, had like banners and flags that were cheering them on.
Very fun.
Which was really great because that was the big predictor, obviously, for Michigan actually winning the game that day and beating Ohio State 13-10 in a massive upset, because Ohio State was favored to win by 20. But your eyes are just glossed over with football, college football.
I know. I like it. I think it's awesome.
But no one predicted Michigan was going to win.
Okay.
That game, and they pulled it off. And for beating them, Ohio State 4 years in a row now, which is pretty awesome.
Wow.
So, yeah, Michigan pulled out the upset win that day, and Alex won the highest output contest against Ash.
Nice.
All is right in the world.
All is right in the world. I'm sure Ash was very disappointed. The rivalry is kind of cute. It is definitely kind of cute. All right. Well, on the heels of November's member month, this month, December, Peloton had some of our favorite instructors hit the road with lots of meet and greets at different Peloton stores across the country and Canada. So Peloton labeled the events Winter Wellness, and they kicked off in DC at the Tyson's Corner location in the DMV, which is in Northern Virginia, on Thursday, December the 5th. Of course, I was completely gutted that I had just arrived in London that day. And while I sound rather spoiled because I was in London, I was so disappointed that I got to miss the Tyson's Corner meet and greet. But they had Matt Wilpers and Alex Toussaint to welcome guests, chat a little bit about Winter Wellness, and they gave folks an opportunity to meet them one-on-one with a picture moment. Next up was in Skokie in Chicago on December the 7th, where Allie Love and Rebecca Kennedy attended. On December the 8th, Adrian Williams and Cody Rigsby traveled across the border to Toronto in Canada to meet folks there. Folks attending any of these meet and greets did have to sign up ahead of time. It was limited, so it wasn't just kind of a free for all. They did have to sign up ahead of time, but it was free, so there was no charge for anybody attending any of these meet and greets. They were also able to sign up on the day of the meet and greet for a chance to win a $500 gift card. So yeah, I haven't seen anybody that had. In fact, I was curious to know who won it in the Tyson's Corner, because I know so many of the members there. But that's really cool that there was this $500 giveaway, and the instructors kind of pulled it out of a hat on the evening of the meet and greet. So that was kind of fun. And then while we're on the topic of instructors hitting the road, Callie Gullickson and Mariana Fernandez headed to Houston for an invite-only community-focused event hosted by Latinas Run. The event was initially advertised that it would be Callie and Adrian Williams, but it did make sense that Mariana was one of the instructors who attended, as we can't forget that she was Peloton's first Spanish speaking instructor to hit the platform.
Yep.
The event did take place this past Monday, December the 9th, from 6 to 8 p.m. And it included an opportunity for members to hit the road and go out for a walk or run with the ladies. So folks could either choose between a 5K run or a 1.5 mile walk. after which they gathered back together to recharge, fuel up, and get centered for the evening. So just a nice opportunity again for folks to be able to, do something with the instructors.
Very cool. I'm hoping that we get some sort of, we haven't gotten any instructors at the Michigan showroom.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully we get some love
Yeah.
while that showroom is still open.
Right.
I don't know how much longer it'll last. Anyway, we got some new promos with the Liverpool Football Club in England, or LFC. That's the soccer team over in England. But they, on their social media Instagram page, they did a video where they had one player from the football team on a Bike Plus, and the other player was on a Peloton Tread, and then another player was just standing in between them, asking them random questions like, who would be the best yoga instructor on the team, or who would smash a tread boot camp. So just kind of fun little back and forth trivia with some of the players on LFC.
Yeah, very cool. And then if you are big on social media or not, I'm sure you guys have seen all the holiday parties that have been taking place both across the pond and here in the States. There've been a couple. So I know that the UK ended up doing something a little early when Ali and Jen Carter had come over. I think Robin may have been there as well, had come over and they celebrated towards the end of November. I think it was right after Thanksgiving that they did something, or maybe even it was before. And then just this past week, there was a ton going on with lots of sparkles and glitz as the instructors, had a lovely, there was one for staff and instructors, which was in Peloton headquarters in New York City for the local New York staff. And then this past Tuesday night, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday night, there was a more glitzy, which looked like it was just the instructors, where they were just having tons of fun dancing and making TikToks and doing what the instructors do so well. So hopefully you guys got an opportunity.
In the U.S., one of the U.S. parties, the new CEO was there. Peter.
Yes, he was there for the one with the staff that I saw at the headquarters.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything of him at the festive fun one this past week, but maybe no one posted anything. I'm sure he must have been there.
Yeah. Well, Kirsten Ferguson recently posted on Instagram. She was at an event and she said, "What an honor it was to host the Valkyries expansion draft party last night. Watching this organization go from a logo to a team has been so excited. It's almost go time. Go Valkyries." And the Valkyries she's referring to are the Golden State Valkyries. They are a new expansion basketball team in the WNBA that will first play out of San Francisco beginning in the 2025 season.
Nice. And then Alex Toussaint appeared on GMA3 to chat about his book, his mental health journey, and his secret to success.
It's like Good Morning America third hour. Was that what that denotes?
I think that's exactly what it is. If you haven't had an opportunity to take a listen or watch, definitely head over to Pelo Buddy and pull the clip. It's about 6 minutes long and it's beautiful. Alex's story is just so unbelievably moving. Just his relationship with his dad, how, he almost is thankful to the military type upbringing that he had from his father, because it did give him that ability. And he shares that in the interview, as it really gave him that ability to propel to who he is today. And he says that if his father hadn't been quite as strict and hard on him growing up, he may not be where he is today. It may have turned out to have had a very different outcome. So he speaks about his mental health. He, speaks about his relationship with his dad. Of course, he shares his beautiful new shoe that I do have to say I did purchase, and I love. absolutely love. It's like running on air. So I'm very impressed with the shoe. And pages 70 and 71, I believe, or 71 and 72 have been printed and are in the sole of the shoe, which he
very
talks
cool.
about, which is very cool. And, it really is about that moment of change for him and giving folks that ability to activate your greatness and figure out where you are. He does, he doesn't shy away from how he started in the fitness industry and being a janitor at a spin club,
mopping the
small
floors
spin
at
club,
Flywheel
mopping the
in Long
floors,
Island.
and asked for the ability to give him a shot, and he got that opportunity, and look where we are today. He talks about how he takes care of himself by getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning to get his workout in, because he truly believes that without taking care of himself, it's hard to give of himself to members. So definitely, it's worth the listen. Definitely take a listen if you haven't yet. It's beautiful.
Well, rounding out Instructors in the News, Susie Chan. So her book, Trails and Tribulations, The Running Adventures of Susie Chan, has been nominated for an award. She announced on her Instagram story on December 5th that she received an email notifying her that her book was nominated for the Great Outdoors Reader Awards 2025 for the category Outdoor Book or Writer of the Year. The Great Outdoors Reader Awards, it's based in the UK and celebrates outdoor culture. The 2025 awards, they have 15 categories, including Walker's Pub of the Year, Campsite of the Year, and Outdoor Personality of the Year. And the Outdoor Book or Writer of the Year category recognizes guidebooks, memoirs, novels, photographic books, and more. And her book is one of 10 that are nominated in that category. Voting ran for about a week, and it just ended today, actually, December 15th, or otherwise I'd point listeners and viewers to go vote, but it's probably closed by the time this episode is out.
Yeah. Huge kudos to Susie. That's so fantastic. And, I got to see her again this past weekend when I was in London, and she is just the most down-to-earth, unaffected, humbled human being who is just a joy to meet and chat with, because she truly loves the members. She loves the platform. And it's just a ton of fun, being one of the older instructors in her 40s, or maybe she's even 50. Is she 50 yet? Can't remember. She may be in her late 40s.
Can't remember.
But she's fantastic. And so huge kudos to her and huge shout out, for that recognition. And maybe she'll win. We'll share that with you when we get the results, for sure. All right, John. Well, we will wrap up the show with our picks of the week. And of course, you guys haven't had any picks of the week for the last 2 weeks. So we are not going to go back that far. We'll just go over this past week, Wednesday to Wednesday, of classes. And I will kick it off with Robin Arzan's 30-minute hip-hop full body strength. It was from December the 5th at noon. It came to us from Emily Crushers, and they said such a hard challenge, but loved the 4-minute blocks in this workout. Then next up was one that I just did this morning. It was Aditi Shah's 30-minute Wicked the Movie Yoga Flow, also from the 5th. This one came to us from our trusted Amaja 3. And she said, challenge class, and you could tell she loved the music. And it definitely wasn't an easy yoga flow, but it was fabulous. And then Natty and Olivia's 2-for-1 30-minute Wicked the Movie run, also from the 5th. This one came to us from Tabata Be Hitting Me, and they said they were so good together. The run was accessible to all, and they just made it so fun. It flew by.
All right, next up, Ash Pryor's. Ash Pryor's 30-minute Wicked the Movie Row from December 5th. Gwen Gets To and Tabata Be Hitting Me said, this is a mostly low-key row with a few strong short pushes mixed in. Ash had a lot of encouraging words to share and even got a bit emotional near the end of the class. It was a fun and meaningful experience overall. And then Hannah Corbin's 45-minute bar from December 6th. Haley Lauren W. said this class was just lovely. And then Katie Wong's 20-minute glutes and leg strength, also from December 6th. Emily Crushes said great programming and some heavy lifts in there.
Fabulous. And then moving on, this is my pick of the weeks, folks, together with Gwen Gets To, Karen Zemskaberry, and Bethany Smith 89. It was John Husking's 30-minute holiday walk from the 6th, Friday the 6th of December. Such a fun playlist. John bounced into, I always refer to him as Tigger because he literally bounces, but he bounced into the studio all in white. And of course we said, oh, you must be a snowman. And he was like, no, I'm no snowman. I'm an angel. Although he did say that the folks upstairs in the control room and in the green room were saying that he looked like a Roger Federer about to go and play a tennis match. So he took the headband off, but stayed in the white getup. But just fun classes. He did say, which I kind of had to chuckle, was that he has to get used to saying happy holidays and not happy Christmas, because obviously on the Peloton platform, there is just, every diversity on there. So he was joking about how he has to get used to saying that. But a really fun walk with great music, one not to be missed. And then Sam Yo's 30-minute Wicked the Movie ride, also from the 6th. This one came to us from C Crystal 07 and Cassanen 1989. They said Sam was the perfect instructor for this ride. It was purely amazing. And then Cody Rigsby's holiday ride, also from the 6th. This one came to us from Jules Weinberg and Amajar 3. They said great playlist, great structure, a total burner, but with good vibes.
It was a lot of fun. All right, Mila Wedekind's 30-minute indie rock ride, which was in English, from December 7th. Armajar 3 said fabulous coaching and great music. And then Adrian Williams, Thunder 45, Tread Bootcamp from December 7th. Cassin N1989 said just a great 45 minutes with Adrian, as always. And then going back to the bike, Matt Wolpers, 45-minute Power Zone ride from December 7th. Rider 8273 said good structure, alternating between zones 3 and 4.
Fantastic. All right, moving to the mat, we have Kira Michelle's 30-minute slow flow from the 7th. This one came to us from Amajar 3, and she said this felt super luxurious and relaxing. And then we have Rad Lopez's 20-minute full body strength, also from the 7th. This one came to us from Julie MJ. They said, insane. We got a lot of work done in a short period of time with some great music to go with it. And then Leanne Hainsby's 30-minute pop ride. That was from the 8th. I was very fortunate to be in the studio for that ride. It was a semi-Yes to You crew takeover that I had arranged for the group that I had come over with. It was just so much fun with a sprinkle of holiday spirit in there. She said she couldn't end out the year without putting some holiday joy into it. But I wasn't alone in saying it was a fabulous pick of the week. We also got this one from Eric Rides, PPC, and Karen Zemskaberry. And they said playlist was one banger after another. And I do have to give a huge shout out. While I was excited in celebrating 2,600 rides, which took me a really long time to get to, as I have not been on the bike as much as I'd like to be. Huge shout out to fellow Yes to You crewer Olivia Cole, who celebrated 5,000 rides that day in studio, and she had her mum along with her. Greg Pick was in the ride. We had tons of Chemo to Ironman. Adam was in there. We just had a fun studio audience, and it was just a really, really fun ride.
Was Panders Andy there?
No, he's a big Sam.
He's Sam. Yeah,
he's a Sam Yo. He's a Sam Yo dude. But it was really, really fun. I actually had a friend of mine who I introduced the bike to probably 5.5 years ago. She was a physician that I had worked with when I used to work in London. And first time that she was in the studio, and she was like so excited that I was in the studio and wanted to ride. She celebrated 3,301 because she overshot her milestone. And I didn't realize it until after the fact. And I literally wanted to burst out crying. I'm like, what did you do?
Was that one warm up?
Huge shout out to her. She just basically is on the bike. She's in her early 70s. And let me tell you, she was number 10 on that leaderboard, which was pretty impressive. So huge shout out to Vintage Mari and my beautiful friend Mari Wren for that shout out.
All right. Well, next up, Jess Sims, Sim 60 Tread Bootcamp from December 8th. Rachel Spins 24 said, great class, so well programmed. And Cliff DeWanger's 30-minute gloriously gospel ride, which was in German, from the 8th. Erica 92T said, have loved all these classes so far. Always fun to see the live choir in the studio with them. And then Anna Greenberg's 30-minute Focus Flow Hips from December 8th. Armajar 3 said, great class, lots of hip openers.
Nice. And I'm loving that there are just so many different instructors on here. We have Marcel Dinkins' 30-minute progression run from the 8th. This one came to us from Timmer 2P. Solid structure and workout from Marcel. We'll definitely come back to this. And then Susie Chan's 30-minute endurance run. That was from the 9th. She changed love to lunch in every song, and it kept me laughing the whole class. This one came to us from Katie Nell B. And then Christine Dirkley's 30-minute Power Zone endurance ride, also from December the 9th. It came to us from Hannah KTR, and they said some good music to get us through the Power Zone workouts.
All right. Next up, Rebecca Kennedy's 20-minute holiday arms and shoulders strength from December 10th. I actually did this one live. It was fun. Renee Runs 872 and Just Dance Lisa said it was so fun and challenging. Rebecca she was the alter ego Sandra Claus, the trainer to Santa Claus. So fun. And then Bex Gentry's 20-minute rock run from December 10th. Michael Runner 8 said good playlist and workout from Bex. And then rounding out the picks of the week, Selena Samuela's 20-minute holiday glutes and leg strength from December 11th. Kim Thousand said great playlist, but a tough class.
Fantastic. Well, lots for you guys to go to. Some great picks on there. And that wraps it up, folks. So we got a lot in probably just about an hour. I'm quite impressed with us. I thought it would have gone way over, but yet we kind of kept it to just about an hour. Anyway, it is great to be back. Wonderful to be here and get to share once again what is going on in the Peloton world. I will sign off from me here back in Maryland. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to tune in, whether you're listening or getting to watch us on YouTube. We do appreciate you taking the time. We hope we've given you information that maybe you didn't know had been happening in the Peloton world. And as always, just want to thank you so much for being here. So for me here in Maryland, bye for now, everybody.
And for me in Michigan, thank you for watching and listening. And as always, we will see you on the leaderboard. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available so that you can listen to us while on the move. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV on any major platform and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.